All right, so we got a little bit of time left. Let's run through a couple of these games, if you don't mind, Patrick.
Yep.
Because people came on the show and they want to hear about some of the other games. And one of those is look at this art, Steve. PJ from Game Gumbo. I've got my guest here, Patrick Leader from Leader Games, and I want to get a little scoop from him about Oath. What's the news on Oath? When can people get it? When is it going to be delivering? What's going on with it?
Yeah. So I can't really comment too much about the timeline yet. COVID has had a little bit of an impact on our working life.
Sure.
And not just working, it's and then I like people followed it around the world, but we probably lost a week. It's because of the protests, which I totally agree with.
Sure.
But it a lot of it did happen here in the Twin Cities, and so the timeline's going to move a little bit. We don't know for sure, so we don't want to make any announcements or cause any trouble with it yet. But we'll be getting to the printer by the end of this month, and it'll be running through the printer. Everything is so weird right now because the factories are down and they're producing less. And so, sometimes you can get through much more quickly than we were expecting to get through. And so then we'll be shipping. Let me just open up the calendar.
And while you're doing that, Nick Shipley from 90 Second Nerd says Fort is going to be in the top 20, his top of 2020 list. So
nice.
Pretty high praise over there. See you, Nick.
Can you bring that artwork up full, BJ? I'd love to dig into those colors in the palette there.
Yeah, and notice that, look, you see the same thing that you see in Root and in Fort, right? But again, just like Fort was a different take, this to me, this is not a carbon copy. This is a different take. You still see his fingerprints in it, right? But a different take on it.
Wow.
Yes.
Look, don't the characters have this? Like, they could be related to the people in Fort, right? From 500 years ago. But it was
funny because when Fort came out, we got this comment that was like, it's too bad they used the Root art to make Fort. And I was like, what? Yeah, it's the same artist.
That's not it. I feel like it's a style, but it's, each one has a unique signature, You know that.
A lot of storytelling infused in each Oath card, and we're seeing 4 or 5 a day right now, and it's like staring at the sun. It's so awesome that there's just so much in every drawing that comes out from him. So really old version of the book there.
The elevator pitch, yeah, very early. Give us the elevator pitch. What is Oath?
Yeah, so Oath is ostensibly a war game where the players are fighting over this world. One player is the Chancellor, and so you see the purple pieces in that picture there, and they win by kind of maintaining order, and they have the victory condition can kind of fork a couple ways, and it's changed on me a little bit, so bear with me. The Chancellor is fighting against these other people, the outcasts or the exiles, and the exiles can be working on the victory condition that the game has. There's 4 different victory conditions, or they can be hunting for a victory condition in the deck, which becomes like those are called prophecies, and you can take a prophecy and work on it. Gates totally stopped me if I'm using the wrong term. Well, they're the oaths. Yes, they're the oaths. Sorry, I didn't get too much sleep last night. A very bad sinusitis.
9-month-olds will do that.
Yeah, and yes. So you can be really smug in knowing someone's going to lose because they haven't advanced the victory, the game's victory condition much, and then suddenly they're going to be coming out with a new with the oath. There's enough oaths. There's so few that you can kind of look at the board state and kind of guess what other people are going for and try and head them off as you play more. And I find that very rewarding about the game. At some point, the Chancellor is going to enfranchise other players, and they can join the Chancellor by becoming a citizen of the Empire, and their victory condition will shift to compete with the Chancellor. So the Chancellor has to be careful about inviting a person that can is strong enough to help them, but not strong enough to rival them in the course of the game. And so there's a lot of challenge there, and I really like that aspect of the game. I also just like I'm gonna be an exile because I'm gonna do my own thing at the edge of the world. There's a lot of like adventure to it. I like as you discover the cards, you can put them into your little retinue, or you can put them onto the board, and then they provide different actions, or they change how the game state works. And I like that quite a bit. Eventually, someone's going to win. It's suggested, but not required, that player become the next game's chancellor, and they pick the next game's victory condition at the end of the game. And it could be based on how they won. It could diverge, however you want to tell the story. But the other big part about it is that the game comes with a stock set of cards, and it comes with a stock set of cards. And as you Gates has just given me a note. I got it. If a suit helps, there's 6 suits in the game of the cards, and if a suit wins, then you might bring in more cards of that type and lose other cards. You randomly lose 10 cards from the set, and that's the set of cards you play with next game. So out of 200 cards, you only see 40 of them every game. And there might be cards you'll never see if you don't play a lot. And more importantly, if you play 10 games and I play 10 games, we're going to have a very different set of cards. And those cards are going to change very much how we play the game and how we go about pursuing our goals. And it's really been fun to see that unfolding. So very cool.
Sounds fantastic.
I may have missed this. Did you say those win conditions, are they open? Are they hidden win conditions? Or is there one for the game? Or different players have different ones?
Oh, sorry, yes. Yeah, so in general, the game's victory condition is open. And if you take one out of the deck, you just announce that you've seen one. Okay. But you don't announce, and they have different card backs, so it's pretty obvious when one comes out of the deck. And then you can put it down secretly on your board, but you cannot be working on it until it's been revealed. So there will be a moment where you have to reveal it, and then people can try and you have to telegraph that you're going to win the game, or they can try and stop you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's Oath, man. 13,000 backers, Steve.
Yeah.
Sounds like y'all are pretty deep into this. That's 13,000. That's a lot. So sounds like y'all are pretty deep into it, and that's what you said. There's just like a general timeline when. Yeah, I mean,
we're still aiming for December, probably somewhere around January, February.
All right, we'll chat crew, take a look at that. Oath out there, 13,000 backers, and maybe coming down the pipeline December, January, something like that. So
that's spam we just got spammed in the chat.
We sure did. I am not going to show all that. I'm not even sure what that is. So, all right. So, I think we lost Verla. Did we lose Verla somewhere? Where's Verla?
No, she just posted the Kickstarter for Oath.
Nice. All right. Send her a message. Tell her it's time. We're going to get that.
And you can still. I should say, if you are interested in the game, you can check out the mod on TTS that we support. The mod's really cool because it has a button you can push to get the kind of the DNA of your deck, and then you can publish that for other people to play with your set, and they can bring that set. Yeah.
Hey, by the way, chat crew, the TTS mods that they put together are really well done. That fort one is smooth.